Welcome to Rockstar Sales Show right here on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Hosted by Africa's best sales coach, Francois Le Roux.
Good day, ladies and gents, boys and girls, and welcome to the Rockstar Always. As you guys know, I am Francois Le Roux, South Africa's Rockstar Sales Coach, and I am trying to share always information to help entrepreneurs, to help future business owners, current business owners, just to help them take their business to the next level. And so it's the beginning of the year. It's always great to chat to people and get that correspondence and what is the struggles when they take their business to the next level. Now, when I do coaching with all these companies and I work with individuals and entrepreneurs and big corporates, I often ask a very simple question. What kind of salesperson have you employed, or what structure did you create to actually employ your salespeople in? And then they would tell me, what do you mean, Francois? And this is where a breakthrough comes often first. A very simple scenario. There's 3 types of salespeople in the world. And if you do not know at which structure you have, that might be a massive reason why your company's not doing well. So you get 3 types of salespeople in the world. You get a seller, you get a closer, and you get an order taker. So those are the 3: seller, closer, order taker. So I'm going to explain all 3 today, and hopefully this video, I'm not trying to make it too long, is going to help some of the business owners here, going to help some of the entrepreneurs here to understand the difference. So I'm going to start with the one that's probably got the lowest amount of skill. Okay, so if you have that kind of salesperson in your business, you have to understand at no stage are you going to be in control of your finances or your sales or your growth, because order takers, that's the number one. Order takers often are the most dangerous salespeople. So when you're looking at, clothing stores, when you're looking at a lot of the times, car dealers, when you're looking at guys that work in hardware, when you're looking at guys that work in electronics often, what these people do is they work as an order taker. Okay, so order taker stands there, look pretty. The company spends millions on marketing and millions of rand or dollars or whatever you want to use the currency to get clients to contact that business. So that's what they do. They're trying to get clients to contact that business, and then the order person basically stands there and just take the order. That's all they do. I today dealt with a lot of order takers. I am looking at new building. We're on a new building. We're building at our company. So I need new desks. So I phoned the company. I'm like, hey, listen here, you guys sell desks. I'm looking for 2 desks. This is the measurement. And the salesperson says, yes, we have it. I found a secondary company and said, listen, I'm looking for these kind of desks. And the salesman says, no, we don't have it. Okay. And that's that. That guy doesn't get paid enough. Usually those guys are on salaries. They're fixed incomes. So if they sell more or sell less, they just don't care. That's the order taking salesperson. Now, do I employ order takers? Yes, I do. Every business have different departments. So my order taking salespeople are at the end of my process. So let's say I promote on social media and the client contacts us and, gone through all the criteria, they get to the order taker and he just takes an order. The problem is if I employ an order taker at the beginning of a process where they have to generate new business, I'm going to have a very tough time having an income, because that salesperson isn't geared up, skilled, or mentally in control to actually get business in. That's an order taker. So the first thing I always ask, do you have order takers? And then I always ask, what's an order taker? All of my guys can sell. And that's where most businesses are wrong. When you have a business and you're employing anybody that deals with a client, you have to physically teach them. So now we get to the second level. First level, least skills, and the guys who often have great admin skills, but not really good negotiational skills, is your order taker. Your second level is a seller. Now, here's the problem with a seller. A seller often works with a fixed product or a product. So what they do is they just basically giving product knowledge, and product knowledge. So when I, work with a guy, let's say I go to a car dealership and I say to the guy, hey, listen, I'm looking at buying this car. And this guy starts telling me everything about the car and how this car functions, you know, and the kilometers per litre I'm going to get while using this car, and who drove this car and who developed this car. So what these guys are currently doing as a seller is they are basically pumping product knowledge. Now, here is the biggest problem that you have with your seller. The great thing is they have a little bit of product knowledge, market knowledge. They know what's going on, you know, they know the competition. So they're very highly educated because their whole sales structure is built on product knowledge. But the problem that you would have is they do not have any form of control because they don't know how to negotiate, because they think that the more product knowledge I have, the easier I'm going to close deals. Now, that system used to be amazing in the world until internet was developed. You know, if I want to go buy a desk, I already knew what desk I want and how it's manufactured before I phoned him. If I'm going to buy a car, you know, if I'm going to go to, you know, a hair salon, I'm going to let them put stuff on my hair or sell me a car I've never heard about. People do their research. So what have now happened is, if you're employing a lot of sellers, product knowledge is great, but you've got to teach them how to negotiate off that product knowledge. So that's the second part that has to be trained into them. So as a sales coach in South Africa, I've got 250,000 salespeople that's been through my doors, and I've trained the best of the best in the country, and I'm really proud to say that. But it was a lot of sellers that I taught negotiational techniques, so now they had the best of both worlds. And this is where you go when you want to create the best salesperson. You want to get a closer. A closer is a person that understands their full product, their full potential of their product, and whatever they can do. But the information that's the most important in the sales process is actually the information the client's going to give you. So a closer doesn't necessarily bank on the product knowledge or market knowledge of their product or service. A closer is way more focused, and what they're focusing on is what is important to the client. You know, what is it the client needs? What is the client going to take out of this? And how can I get better the client's life? And I'm doing that via sales skills like great questioning, alternative closings, you know, learning how to negotiate financially, learning how to overcome objections, studying loop closers. So it takes a tremendous amount of skill to become a closer versus a seller or an order taker under that. So what I always tell people, you know, have you been through sales training? And then like, yeah, Francois, I've been through sales training. I said, awesome, man. What exactly did you learn in your sales training? No, man, yes, I learned about this and the product knowledge, and, you know, we learned about, you know, what's happening in the world. So I said, cool, so you're a seller. Yeah, I'm a seller. Then what he doesn't even know is the difference between seller and closer. Then I speak to a lot of people, hey, listen here, how long have you been in sales? And I've been in there 20 years. Okay, what sales training have you had? No, man, we're here every week with sales training. What did you learn? We learn the basics. We learn what's happening in the head office. We learn the market value. We learn this. But the one thing nobody learns is great questioning, overcoming objections, you know, counter closing, financial negotiations, building confidence under confrontation. That is where you need a really good coach to help you take your business to the next level. It's not natural. It's something that I've spent 19 years and 1 million books I've read and 1 million TED Talks I've listened to, and I've worked out systems and I've trialed it with 250,000 people. That's why sales training is important. So if you are thinking like me, because this year I've got one motto: effort and attitude. If I am thinking I'm going to use what I did last year and just work harder, okay, all you're going to have is more failure, because you're going to work harder, create the volume more, and create more failure, which touches on your finances. It actually touches on your emotional quotient. So you're going to break down your confidence. And by July month of this year, you're going to be so emotionally distressed and saying business doesn't work. And you're going to start blaming government and start blaming the company and start blaming competition, because you aren't negotiated to actually be good at closing. You've been negotiated to be good at pitching and order taking, you know, selling and order taking. And so I wanted to jump on in the beginning of 2023. We are hosting some incredible new courses that helps the modern day order taker, the modern day great seller, to become a great closer and actually take and do something different out of the market than you did previous years. If you are struggling to take it to the next level, maybe just Google who is the best sales coach in Africa. Google who is the best sales coach in South Africa, or Google who is the best sales coach and then add your town next to it and see on, who is the best on Google. There's a reason why we're doing this, because if 2023 is going to be the same as 2022, you're going to have an extremely tough 2024. This is now the time in 2023, to go full beast mode, go full rockstar. I hope you guys enjoyed the information. It's a little snippet. I'm going to try to share more sales knowledge on my social media instead of just chatting and having a great conversation. But understand who you're employing, understanding who you hang out with. Are you a closer? Are you a seller? Or are you an order taker? And where do you want your skill to be at the end of 2023? From my side, guys, I hope you have an absolutely kick-ass day, absolutely rockstar week, right? And go out and close some deals. Cheers, cheers.